Good evening, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to tonight's TSW stream. We got a bit of a special one because there is a brand new PC mod that is released today for the Preston Carlisle route. So you know that's going to appeal to me more than anybody else, and it's a more modern one. It's 2019, and it's got all sorts in it, and we're going to have a look at it shortly. Now, I've had a bit of a mess around with it today. I've not done a full end-to-end run. I can see there's a few people having a few problems with it. I think it's to do with wrong files being installed. So I don't know if it's the actual mod itself or the way that people are installing it. Anyway, it seemed to work for me. So we'll try it. If it bombs out or there's any problems with it, we'll switch to something else for a little bit. So that's what we're going to do. We'll get into it in a minute. Let me just say a few hellos before we get going. Thanks for coming in, everybody, by the way. Impromptu. I wasn't feeling very good. You might feel it in my voice. Monday, Tuesday, I wasn't very good. So Monday's got sort of, well, not postponed, but because it wasn't scheduled, but you know what I mean. So I've moved it to tonight anyway. So we'll see how we get on. Bournes, good evening. Snowco's there. G. Dave. Animal, of course. Who else have we got down here? We got Great Western Photography. Good evening. Mike B, how you doing? With his Preston OFM badge. Excellent. Princey Gaming, nice to see you. That thing's in the corner again. Oh, it's just me. Yeah, of course it is, yeah. Oh, you've had a go, Dave. Good. Yeah, I did. Yeah, so what we're going to do, right, I've picked a couple out. So, of course, I'm going to do the Pendo again. We're going to do a full run in the Pendo. You've seen it before. But we're going to do it in the Virgin Flowing Silk livery. I'll show you all the different trains and all the different layers and whatever once we get in. After that, we're going to jump into the DRS 37 and go from Cornforth down to Preston. So this is mimicking coming off the Cumbrian coast from Sellafield. And actually, it lets me go a little bit further in the map than we're used to. It's part of the mod, which is quite nice. So we go a little bit further than Cornforth Station, which is good. So we'll do that. And then if we've got any time, we'll do something else. We'll just see how we get on. Dragon, good evening. How you doing? Just in from Bournemouth, says Pete. Nice. Nice. Right, okay. Let's have a look at this. So yeah, Preston Carlisle. So it is a PC mod, of course. It goes without saying, unfortunately. It'd be great if we could get this for everybody. You know how it is. We have a different timetable added to the other three that we've got, which is this one. Preston to Carlisle 2019. So if I just click on that, we got 350/4s, we got 142s in Northern livery, we got 158s, 153s. These are all layering in from all the different DLCs. 150s in Northern. We've even got 314s, ScotRail, 323s. Super Voyager Class 221 in Virgin Trains livery. That's actually quite nice. We've got different 47s. There's the Corliss 47, Rail Freight, Corliss Rail Freight 66s. We've got Freightliner 86s. The 20 is there, the DRS 20. We've even got 86s as the Caledonian Sleeper. We've got the 86/1, the 86/4, and the 87 in the Sleeper livery, which is quite nice. Large logo 37, DRS 37. That's what we're going to run later. And of course, we've got the good old 47 and the Gronk. So there's a little bit to do in there. I didn't mention the Steam trains, of course. There's the Steam in there as well if you want to run Steam. So there's a bit to do if you're lucky enough to be able to get this. We are going to do the Pendo first, though, as I say. So I'm gonna pick this one. We're going to do the 390/1 Virgin Trains Flowing Silk, and I did write one of these down earlier on. 1337, this one. Take the dynamic weather off. Let's do July, shall we? And we'll get started. Why not? You're hoping to get a PC soon, and you're definitely picking up TSW6 and TSC. And some add-ons if there's a sale. You'll still need plenty of money though, but honestly, it's worth it. Especially TS Classic. I love TS Classic. I don't know what it is. I'm a bit late to the party, as you know, but I've really enjoyed playing it. So yeah, it will cost you. It will cost you a bit of money. Bournemouth full of coffin dodgers in Honda chassis, and it was peeing down. Excellent. Oh, God. Band of mates, how you doing? You rode this route several times in the 70s. Preston to Dunblane via Motherwell when the loco changed Euston to Inverness. It's also your favourite route. Good. Yeah, me too. Lamore, how you doing? Right. Let's do it. Let's get set up first and we'll open the doors. So you know the drill for this. Master key. I'll put it straight into forwards, I think, this time. Cancel that. We should put it in neutral, really, but day running. We'll have that on bright. So obviously we've got the route, which is still 1986. You can't do a lot about that. So you have to kind of suspend reality a little bit. Although I was watching Tom on Train Sim TV, not that one, and he was actually saying when he was running this today in his video that hang on, let me get this. That's the one I want. Not a lot has changed, and yeah, he's probably right. There's a little bit changed around the outside of Preston, but I think from the track perspective, he was saying around Lancaster there's a couple of changes. But apart from that, not a lot. So yeah, just some of the scenery is a little bit different, but it's fine. I'd rather have it than not. Let's get the doors unlocked. We'll have a look outside. There it is. Platform 3. We should see a bit of traffic as well. What have we got over here? So we've got a 158 Northern. Oops. Hang on, let me do it this way. There we go. There he goes. I presume he's going to Blackpool. Oh my God, I'm up the stairs now. Let's see if I can... No, that's because it's the boundary. Hang on. Let's go to 8 camera, shall we? That's the easiest way to catch him. Unless he gets faster than me, in which case we'll pause it. I only want to know where you're going, pal. Slow down. Right, we'll pause it. Maybe we won't. We'll look on the back. Blackpool North. There you go. He's off to Blackpool North. I should have done that from the beginning. Yes, alright. Lock the doors. Why can't you fly forward? It's a combination of me being on the controller and not knowing all the buttons on the keyboard, probably. Right, Lancaster is first, as you know. So we'll head out up there. Pete, good evening. How you doing? Nice to see you. I love the reflection on that. I don't think you can do a lot on this screen. I don't think you can. Oh no, it does let you... Yeah, he obviously doesn't let you do audio announcements or anything. I think he just lets you move about a bit. That's about it. Right, we'll get up to speed any second now. There it goes. Andy lads, good evening. We're going to try and stop at a certain place. It is on tonight's itinerary, Lancaster, Oxenholme. So get ready at 14:09. That's when the action's all going to start. And then straight to Carlisle, actually, after that. We're not stopping at Penrith on this one. Richard, good evening. How you doing? Nice to see you. Open the door and yell the announcements. That's true, yeah, we could do that. You did here, Oxenholme. You did. At 14:09, we spad. There's a 350. Snitcho, how you doing? Good evening to you. Oh, there's the mothers. Everyone say hello to the mum over there. I did tell her we would be driving past tonight. You said, look forward to these live streams. Very informative and enjoyable. Shame the mods aren't available on the PS5. Takes you back to childhood memories. Indeed, yeah. Yeah, it is a shame they're not on console. I don't think there'll ever be a way around that, sadly. Get the emoji ready in 30 minutes. That's cruel, that. That's just cruel. You've just done a little thing with Dovetail Games. Ask for Edge Drone in TSW6. Okay. Why aren't mods on console? Because you can't fiddle with the game files like you can on a PC. So you can't add things in and out. You know, take things in, take things out. It's all locked down by PlayStation and Microsoft and that kind of thing. That's probably the only reason why. Plus, you probably need a bit of extra processing power as well to run some of these, I would say. The other thing as well is obviously we're restricted to the speed of the time on this route from 1986. But again, that's fine. I'm going to set the speed set in a minute. In fact, we're just coasting there, 110, which is quite nice. You got the tea and Jaffa cakes ready. Not them Jaffa cakes from the other night. They'll have gone stale by now, boys. Some decent weathering on this one as well. Look. Get the speed set on in a sec. There we go. Chocolate hobnobs at the red. No, don't start with the biscuits again, please. No, not again. Uber are waiting. Someone's got a very big contract at Oxenholme station, haven't they? Yeah, you're right, Andy. They won't. It's their own ecosystem. They'll just not let you do anything like that. Yeah, trains and timetable modded. Absolutely right. There's a lot to do on here, so we'll cover it over, you know, several different streams. Whoever was asking about the Diet Coke last time as well, the Diet Coke is back. Because it is quite warm in here tonight. You forgot to try Jaffa cakes. Can you not get them in the Netherlands then? They come with the route animal. They're all bundled. Yeah, that's quite handy in that way. Yeah, you don't have to mess about. In fact, there was the only requirement was obviously the route. You need all the DLCs to get the layers, but the only additional things that you need were this timetable. There was a railhead treatment train mod, and there was a mod which basically allows you. I think it takes away the invisible walls to let you. You know, I said we can go a little bit further at Coinforth. It lets you do things like that. I don't think there was anything else. Oh, you need the 66 pack. The Spratty Heath 66 pack, which I already had because of the West Coast Mainline South that we've run a couple of times. Because that appears there as well. There's the plane Pendo going past. Yeah, you would, Snitcho. Yeah, you would. Unfortunately, yeah. Again, it's all separate. If you've got it on console, then you'll have to get it again, which is a pain. The search function in Creators Club is pants. Actually, that reminds me, because that was one of the things I put on my answers. I bet you've already filled it in, Animal. I bet it took you about 2 minutes, but the player survey was released this week. So make sure you all fill that in for TSW as well. One of the things that I put on there, David Dries, thank you very much for that, mate. I appreciate that support as always. Thank you very much, and good evening to you as well. One of the things I put on the forum is better search functionality in Creators Club, because when it first came out, I was really using Creators Club quite a lot, as you know, because we've run a few things on channel and on the streams, and I find it difficult to navigate. And if somebody gives you the username or look up my stuff, that's even it's difficult on console. It's not as bad on PC where you've got your keyboard and all that kind of thing, but it's not the easiest to navigate on console. That's just my experience, so I did put that down. The other things, no surprise, there's a question in there about if we were to remaster some routes, which ones you could pick 3 out of a bigger list. So in no particular order, I put Northern Transpennine, the Brighton Main Line, or the London Commuter, whatever they call it, and Dees Valley, I think, was the third one I put down. Those were my 3 for a remaster. So yeah, get the survey filled in. It's quite a long survey though. It said when I opened it, it'll take you about 30 minutes. I think it took me 20 minutes. Definitely. Don't think they would like your answers. That's why I think it would take you 2 minutes to fill it in. That's what I was getting at. If you use your former Creators Club, it can't find anything. Yeah, it's not great. It isn't great. I agree with that. Wait, cola flavour Jaffa cakes? You're winding me up, aren't you? Taki, good evening. How you doing? You asked your local McDonald's for kebabs and they looked too funny. You won't get a kebab at McDonald's. It's more like a Turkish dish, or like Eastern European than McDonald's. Can you not get a kebab in the US anywhere? You must be able to. There's got to be some communities that have those kind of jobs. I have a feeling I'm going to drink that Diet Coke very quick with the way my throat is. Right, Lancaster is ahead. We've just gone through Goldgate. We've got the university. Lancaster University is over there. That's that building, which is a sign we are getting into Lancaster, as well as the hood, obviously. But if you try not to cheat. We've got 3 minutes. No, we haven't. We've got 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes to get in. You've picked up PVL, NTP and BML. Ah, nice. Nice. Oh, you picked them. Sorry, you picked them. Yeah. Especially Tees Valley and Northern Transpennine. So as you probably saw on the feed, I did the little guide about using the slow speed control, which was on Tees Valley. So I played a little bit of Tees Valley at the weekend, having not been on it, I think probably since we last played it on stream. And I quite enjoyed it, but I did think to myself it could do with a little bit of tidying up. Now, was it TSW2? Tees Valley? Can't remember. It's an old one though. But it could do with the treatment, you know. So that was hot on my list, along with Northern Transpennine. Those two, out of the three, I would say those two were 1 and 2. With the London commuter, Brighton Main Line, coming up at the back. They look at you funny in McDonald's anyway. Boykies Gamers, how are you? Nice to see you. Andy Lad says, talking about biscuit. Who's talking about biscuit? Raspberry and cream digestives. It doesn't sound that appealing to me, that, I must admit. You've had bratwurst and chips. Oh god. Don't start with the food again. I have eaten though tonight, so I'm not as bad as I usually can be. So it won't affect me as much. Of course, I'm meant to be 15 over this set of points, but we'll probably slow down, else I'll get in real trouble. Welcome to Lancaster. Is the season for a sore throat? Indeed it is. It is. You've had 4 Magnums. I think you've told us this before, Animal. But we had this discussion once before about you eating a full box of Magnums. How the heck do you manage that though? Seriously. Right, we're at Lancaster, so far so good. I can hear kids playing at Lancaster City football ground, which is there, with the little stands. Ortiz Valley was TSW 2020, wow. Even further back than I thought. And the Class 20 was the final release before TSW2, right. Shoddy Shoddy, how you doing? Nice bit of speeding. Well, you know. It's a good way to make up time for later on when I get late. Where I've got to wait till 56 and 30. Has Animal gone? I missed that. I missed his comment if he's gone. Oh no, he's not gone. He's getting told off by Streamlabs. That's what he's doing. Yeah, straight through the points. Yeah, and I should know by now. I've driven through Lancaster enough. You once had a full box of Jaffas for your lunch and only then... Oh my god. That'll get your blood sugar going. Right, we're off to Mecca next, aka Oxenholme. So get ready. If you need to go and get a drink or something, or a beer, whatever, go and get it now, because once we get up to speed, you don't want to miss the fun. You've only got 18 miles till we get there. So Oxenholme is what we're famous for on this channel. So we'll just see if we can navigate it this time without too many problems. Let's see Northern Transpennine get an update to modern times. Get that in the survey as well. Get that in the survey, because you never know, somebody might do that. It would probably be a new route. It wouldn't be an upgrade of the old one, but it's possible. Popcorn, yeah, and wine. Oh my! I have pictures of Pete now on his settee with the popcorn, flicking it and trying to catch it while he's watching this. Oh, you wouldn't do it now as a Type 2. No, I bet you wouldn't. No, I don't blame you at all. Right, here we go. 10 minutes to Oxenholme. Thanks everybody for coming in. Great crowd. Nice to see everybody coming in. Much appreciated. Just hope we don't get any of those problems that have been reported on the actual train sim community, but we'll see. Now then, Adam, how you doing? It would need a TP license, and the community would expect a discount for us. Yeah, there's that too. There is that too, yeah. Yeah, there would be there. Why are we paying for another Northern Transpennine when we've got one? Even though it would be sort of completely different, wouldn't it? Like, if you play the TS Classic version, it's a lot different. Not like two separate routes, but it's significantly changed. Yorkshire teabagging. Oh god. Right, Hessbank crossing. Here we go. Which means Cornforth is a couple of miles ahead. Right, I'm going a bit fast for the speed set now, but we've got a red coming up anyway, so we'll start braking slowly. Like that, we get a green. As long as it doesn't take as long as the Great Western Express remaster, yeah. That's going to be good when that comes out though, isn't it? I'm sure we'll all say, well, it was worth the wait. Binary, how are you? Thoughts on the not really a roadmap? Do you mean the season of reveals? Do you mean? But yeah, Tadami was on there, the little video of Tadami, so it suggests that it's not that far away. It's a bit more than we've seen previously, isn't it? The Northern Pacer. I've got one issue on here, and that is these grey coaches. I think that is to do with, I think there's another update coming out which puts the West Coast Railways livery in, and it's not available yet, so I think from what I could read that's going to fix that, unless anybody knows any different, that is. But the season of reveals, yeah, what was on the season of reveals on week 1? I have to be careful I don't say anything. Remind me what was on week 1. I can't remember, apart from Tadami. You got your PS5 loaded up and TSW6, you can't see any difference. Oh, you mean from yesterday's patches? There was a few patches for Birmingham Crew, wasn't there, yesterday? I must admit, I went on the PS5 last night and did a couple of runs on the PS5 on the Birmingham Crew after the update, and I was getting some blurry textures when I was using the 350, which was a bit of a shame. So that's obviously not fixed yet. I start slowing down, only 15 miles away. Oh dear me. Right, we're going to go for the speed set. That'll do, 109. You don't talk about the West Coast Railways. Unfortunately, it's very local to me, isn't it? I always see them going up and down. HS2 and Hinkley Point C will be finished before the Great Western Remaster. Oh dear me. Jason, how you doing? You got Blackpool branches in the sale. Wow. Well, welcome to the party, first of all. What do you think of it? How have you lasted so long without having the Blackpool branches? Little Freightliner action. Pete, by the way, Pete Edmonds, we are in the 37 next, just in case you were thinking about bog carts and whatever else. We're in the 37 after this. West Frankenborn, yeah, that's it. And Diana, how are you? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I was going. Yes, you saw me then, didn't you? I was going downhill. I had to switch it off. Ah, there you go. Thanks, Rob. That's it. That's it. Do you know that Southern Pacific ore lines? I quite like the look of that. From what little I could see of it. And the Tadami, yeah, it was, yeah, well, we've been waiting for that as long as the Great Western Remaster, if not a bit longer. I can't remember, but it's been around a long time, hasn't it? Yeah, we're going in the 37. We're going to do the DRS 37 with the nuclear flasks, which also appears as part of this timetable. So you should enjoy that. Seems good so far. You're keen to investigate further. Honestly, I would recommend on Blackpool branches. I'm going to press the right button. I would recommend doing the journey mode. I don't know if you do the journey mode, but if you do the journey mode, that'll give you a good mix of everything. And I quite enjoyed doing that on Blackpool branches, because you also get, in the journey mode, you also get the ones that stop at Solwick, which are not very often. And they're part of journey mode, then you don't have to go and find them. You're getting close to the next request stop. Oh god. Yeah, 4 miles. And Diana, are you in the Discord? I was going to say, you could post, if you got any photos like that, you can post them in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord and you want to join, there'll be a link in the description of this video. You can click on that and join up if you want. Great Western and a few of the others post a few pictures in there on the travels. You want the Great Western Express remaster and HST farewell next week, because the GWR Class 43s, it's the last week of it. That would be good, wouldn't it? I wonder if I'm beginning to wonder if anything will get released, because DTG have got the Christmas holidays, haven't they, coming up? So there isn't much time to release anything else this year. So I don't know. Right, we're nearly there. After Oxenholme, it doesn't matter. It's only Carlisle. And don't forget, Oxenholme was done in the 86 in TS Classic. And as I recall, that was first or second time I'd driven the 86, so I was getting used to the tap changes and all that kind of thing. I've said that now, and I'll shoot straight through in a Pendolino, you watch. I'm not risking it though. There's the neutral section, which is a good sign. We need to be slowed down. I might just not read the chat until I'm in the platform. Here's the bridge. After this bridge, we know we're really there. So. Look over there. It's sods. Nice, smooth entry into the platform. Transpennine 350s on the other side, wondering what all the fuss is about. Look at that, you'd think there was a pro driving. There we go, that'll do us. Let's check it out. Doors unlocked. There we go. Nobody's going for the taxi. So it must be alright. It's a pity there's no Windermere service coming in and out of here. I don't know if there is any. You know, just as AI. Because I guess they could, if this track is open, I guess they could do. Don't know. The fire engines and ambulances are starting to arrive at Oxenholme. The cops are evacuating. It's not a bomb threat. Black Arrow, how are you doing? Nice to see you. The bus is pointing to PS5 for the end of 20. Is it? I didn't know that. That's good news for PlayStation players. Is it coming to Xbox as well? Everyone wants a refund. Yeah, well, it's alright, that, shoddy. Compared to usual, that's pro. Is that a fire behind you? You're all at it now, aren't you? We got 41 to Carlisle, so... And what I will do is, I will save it, given that there are those issues that I talked about. He's so disappointed. Oh, God. That's good, Black Arrow, yeah. I've not been on there on PC for a while, actually. On the bus. Yep, see you, Dave. Thanks for coming in. All the best. Issues with this timetable, Joddy, is what I mean. Today, some players have reported issues. I haven't had any. Okay, good stuff. Thanks, thanks, Andiona. Yeah, take a look after this. Right, so about half an hour. Carlisle. Yeah, that's true. Oxenholme has become more famous on this channel than Preston now, isn't it? For all the wrong reasons, or all the right reasons in your case, you'll be saying. Let's get the speed set on, because we're going into an 85 anytime now. And heading to the Loon Gorge. Well, we could talk about Warrington, but what would be the fun in that? Oh, Gilly. Yeah, Gilly's been around a long time, yeah. I'm surprised he's not in, actually. Usually when we go to Carlisle, he's usually knocking about. Because he knows this area quite well. Nobody wants to hear about that place, that's true. Do they do good kebabs in Warrington, though? Yeah, it's always empty. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's nobody in. You're exactly right. You can have the train to yourself. Oh, I have got the train to myself. We're missing a few bad influences tonight. That's true, yeah. It's quite quiet, isn't it? $85 does seem slow, I must admit, through this section. I think when you're driving the 86 and the 87 on here, there's a little bit more to do. So this feels very, very slow and relaxed compared to that. There's always something going on in the 86 and 87. Not as easy to slow it down with these little speed changes than it is in this. This is dead easy. That's probably the reason I stopped at Oxenholme. There's actually a setting on the screen there. Number 1, passenger comfort check. Wonder what that does. Is that the aircon or something? We don't need to do the passenger comfort check tonight. There's nobody on. They don't need it. Like Star Trek. Divert the power from life support to somewhere else. We don't need it. They looked at the prices for this service and then saw the driver's name. So they started to walk. There could be that. Actually, Black Arrow, the animals and the bird life on this, you can usually hear it in the ambient sound as well. Certain places it's louder than others. Right, here's the Loon Gorge, there's the M6 on the left. And then we got Shap coming up, not far from here. And no speed set on the 86 and 87 yet. True. Cardboard cutout. There's a couple of donkeys that are cardboard cutouts. Have you seen them at the top of Shap? I've been trying to. Well, I meant to speak to Tom at Just Trains about that and ask him. You know, like it's usually DTG routes have got a donkey somewhere, and the player base always try to find them. I don't. I'm not that fussed, but some do. But I did notice, out of the whole route, there's 2 donkeys right at the top of Shap Summit. If I remember, I'll show you. And I didn't know whether that was some kind of nod to the DTG donkeys or whether it was just random. I don't know. But they're there. There's 2 of them. Can I show the picture on stream? I can't because I'm only streaming the game, not my desktop. Time to get a big fire on to get up Shap. Yeah, it should be pretty easy in this. Great scenery though, isn't it? This part of the route. You're always on the brakes, especially when I have to shout Oxenholme. Yeah, yes, indeed. No trucks and coaches on the M6. I've never noticed. There's nothing at all on this section. T-side. Any push-ups? Not yet. Yeah, not good for a government-funded line, no passengers. They all wanted to go on the 80. They wanted to go back on time to the 86. That's what they wanted. Right, it's the start of the hill right now, so let's try and keep up. With the gradient in a percentage just for the benefit of shoddy. See if we can keep it constant. There it goes, it's climbing. Do your dogs really react like that to every single animal? God, that'd be interesting. I'll never change it now that I know it winds you up. That's the thing. I keep the gradients on the percent. Yeah, plus I like you to do the conversion as well. It gives you something to do when you sat there watching. Right, we've still got 32 to go. Proper railwayman, no. I used to be a railwayman, didn't I? I would have still used percentages. But I was never a driver. No, nobody donated, but David Drives renewed his membership. Does that count? I'm thinking about the donkeys so much. I'm speeding through here. Donkeys are up here somewhere. I can already see them. There they are. You can look for the donkeys next time you come up here. If you want to. Right, down the other side we go. 200 sit-ups for memberships. There's 31 members. You better get started. I was waiting for something like that, yeah. Oh, that's true. A member plus is double push-ups. That's true. That is very true. Yeah. You better get started, D-side. Oh, you've never seen them on here before, so you're going to take a look next time. D? If I can't entertain you, I'll try and teach you something instead. And there, now you know all about the Shap Summit donkeys. That's really enhanced your appreciation of this route now, hasn't it? Yeah, we'll rephrase that, boys. You've been a member the longest. That is true. That is very true. Is it like 2 years now? Is it more than that? I can't remember. I think you've got the most colourful badge. And it was 12 months, David. Nice. Very nice. I didn't realise that it was your anniversary. Excellent. Thanks very much for that. Thanks to all the members. Thanks to everybody just for coming in. You know I appreciate everyone just coming in. Gotta watch these curves, else I'll be off. You assume they stopped adding them a while ago, you haven't seen them for a while. Yeah, I think though the donkeys are, as I said, I think they're just on DTG routes, whereas obviously this is a Just Trains route. So I didn't know it was just coincidence that they've put sheep in there. There's cows on the route, so they thought they'd had some donkeys. I don't know. I've not seen anywhere else on the route, so I think it's a little nod to DTG. Over 2 years now, Boynes. Excellent, excellent. And it's probably also cost you a fortune in games as well, DLCs, I bet. You've got a layout based in the 60s where diesel will just come into play, and very nice. Saw a horse and stared at it with its mouth open and hid behind your legs. Donkeys is more DTG. Yeah, that's what I thought. I just wonder if they gave him a nod by putting it in. I'm not sure. Could be a complete coincidence. Yeah, significantly over the speed limit. Also, reading chat, I would probably get told off for that as well. Right, we'll increase up to 100. Yeah, you can hear the sheep now. Stop blaming the chat. I was pointing out that I might get tea and biscuits for reading the chat. Chat did not put me off Oxenholme this time, which is good. You just got caught out by TPWS coming into crew. Probably hear the alarms going off on the stream as well, which probably doesn't help. Right, we've got 20 to go. It's got everything including donkeys. It is a good route. It is a good route. It's still my favourite route. I forgot. We're talking about your dogs. And there I am on the outside view. We went past a lot of sheep that were making the bar noises. How loud have you got it on your TV? You must have it blasted. I could hear it down my ears, but... we should be coming up to Penrith any time. You're too late with that joke, Jason. That joke's already been said. Bournes has already come up with that one. You're 3 places at once. Yeah, don't worry. This is Penrith. I love how they put the ruins in on this side. I love that. Pete used to be a volunteer fireman at your local railway preservation site, but with work commitments had to give it up. You like to give it another go. Yeah, I imagine it's quite time consuming, that. Anything like that. Interesting though. We don't have donkeys in Preston, but there is some. Yeah, the lashers. There's a few lashers. Oh wow, they can spot the wildlife on the TV. You need to enter them for some kind of dog brains of Britain competition or something. That's clever, that. Here we are then. Any reaction from that? Let's check out some more if we can. I'm looking now for sheep. I can hear the birds. Oh, here we go, look. Few cows. More sheep on the right, look. Yeah, CJ, you were playing them on Sunday. Awesome. Awesome. We don't need to talk in code if there's any lashers around. Yeah. I like it. Oh, it's this Sunday, is it? Not last Sunday, it's this Sunday. I heard they got beat by Harrogate in the Cup the other night, so you might be alright. Who's on lamb casserole? Oh, you mean the lambs in the field? I thought you meant you're having a lamb casserole then. I thought we were back on food again. Does sound lovely though, yeah. I've been to watch No Offend at Carlisle back in the day. I've only been once, but I remember you come out of the train station and you go straight down a big long road, don't you, to get there. Back in the 80s, I think. You had a chicken casserole for your tea? Wow. Sounds quite good, that, actually. Like a proper winter food casserole, isn't it? Like stew. Right, we've got 11 to go. Evening, Joycey. Warwick Road, the Brunton Point. Right, got it. Got it. Yeah, it's been a while. And you're just across the road. Excellent. You had jacket spuds with your casserole. Wow. So now you're now just slobbing out on the settee, are you? Watching this. After all that food. I don't blame you. Now, hopefully when we get to Carlisle, we'll see a bit of the traffic. We'll see. At Spud Bros, yeah. I actually haven't tried a Spud Bros. I've seen people eating them. They just look like slop. It's not my type of thing at all. Well, you know, I don't eat cheese anyway, and they seem to put cheese on everything. So, yeah, I don't know about it. Because they sponsor the football team now, they're outside the ground every match. And there's queues of people like right across the car point, all for a baked potato. It's crazy. And by the way, Pete Edmonds, for your information, Spud Bros, I think all the potatoes are from Tarleton. So there you go. You know where that is. What's Andy lad? What's your team again? That'll be Everton, will it? You talk about Everton. You've got apple crumble. Oh my god, that's not bad. That lamb casserole with baked potatoes, followed by apple crumble. What are you having on your apple crumble? Custard. Are you having custard on it? Got to have custard on it, and the custard has to set on the top. You have to leave it a little bit so it gets the skin on the top. Oh, apple crumble. I like it when the crumble goes almost like a crust, like toffee. Not like toffee, but you know what I mean? There's a bit of a consistency that's like a very soft, like toffee. Just, yeah, I'm going to have to get myself apple crumble now, you buggers. Oh dear. Yeah, Taunton tonight. Oh, we're not starting with that again, are we? Oh, the places you don't like down there. Is that where they make cider, Taunton? Or one of the places? Right, timing's wise, we're not doing so bad here. Couple of minutes, couple of miles. Yeah, bird's custard. Do you have the powdered stuff that you make yourself, or do you get it in a tin? Do you cheat? Do you get that tin stuff? My mum always used to make it with the powder. No, you're trying to lose weight, so you're not having custard. You got to start somewhere, Mike. You eat all that other stuff, so you're just not having the custard. That's brilliant. I like it. Don't outdo yourself too much, though, will you? No. Right, we've got a red just before Carlisle at the moment, so I'll keep an eye on it. Toyota Citroen. Sounds a bit posh, that. What team is it, Andiana? Yeah, powder made with milk or cream, the proper version, yeah. Did I know I can use my PS5 controller? Yes, but at the time I got the PC, I didn't, because PC gaming again was brand new to me all over again after many years off it. So I just got a Xbox controller with it. I actually prefer the PS5 controller, I've got to admit. I might swap it actually. I do have a spare one. Right, down to the 20. Don't like football? No wonder. Not if you're from Portsmouth. Not at the minute. Oh, Kilmarnock. Hey, I've been to Kilmarnock. I've watched Preston at Kilmarnock as well in a friendly. I've been to Kilmarnock. Yeah. Drove there and back in the day. I went with my dad. There's a 158. Yeah, so all these liveries are all packed in with the mod itself. Thanks for the lift home. Yeah, what is over this wall, by the way? Just like buildings and stuff. I always wondered that. I've never seen over that wall. I mean, I've been to Carlisle station like a million times. Right, here we are. Nice and easy, does it? Doors one last time. You lost £12 since August. That's pretty good, though. It is pretty good. You're eating Pop-Tarts. See, everyone's eating. What was an early attempt to stop bird dodgers? Yeah. It's a factory, is it? Over there. Right, we'll get this on its way. Not with us driving it. I will jump in the 37 and we'll give it some thrash. $24,000 points for that. Did you notice, by the way, any of you've done the who've done that survey we were talking about earlier? Did you see there was something in there about the action points? Would you? There's some. I can't remember the question. There was something about would you like to use the action points for in-game rewards or something like that? Extra scenarios, I think it was, or something of that kind of thing. And I've always thought we might be leading up to this at some point, because what's the point of the action points right now? There isn't, is there? There's just, apart from your level, that's the only thing. There's just no reason to it. If you can start using them to get action to get different rewards, that would make sense. But then it would be a bit gamey, wouldn't it? And some people wouldn't like it going all gamey like that. So. Yeah, you can let them in again now. They won't hear anything over the top of the 37. Where's the survey? Are you on Discord, Mike, or not? You'll be able to get it in different. Unless Jason, are you able to post a link to the survey? Do you think? If you can get it, I was going to say because it's on Discord, it'll be on the forums. It's probably on the different social medias. But if Jason can post a link, that'll be good, just in case any of you haven't seen it. Right, we're doing the 37. Which 37 is it? Let me just go back to this, do it this way. This one, and it is the 1904. Drive this nuclear cargo from Carlisle to Preston. So yeah, once again, so we're coming off the Cumbrian coast from Sellafield in this one, as far as we can get, and we're just driving it back to Preston, which is pretty good. So let's do it. We'll go August. Why not? Thanks for that, Jason. Yeah, there's the survey that Jason's has just posted. If you haven't seen it, go and click on that, because it's quite useful if everybody, well, as many as possible, fill that in. That'd be really good. Right, this is the Rail Operations Group 37, by the way. As you can tell with this equipment over here, we'll get everything ready to go. Then we'll take a look outside. We'll do that. Actually, this isn't the right service, is it? That is not the right service. That's the railhead treatment train. That's not the right service. But you saw me, it said the nuclear train, which it obviously isn't. So we'll try that again. And we'll see if we can get it. This might be one of the little issues that people were talking about. Right, let's do that, do that, do that, and that. I don't know if it matters which one of these we actually pick. Let me try that one. No, it's not that one, because they've got different services. Is it because I changed the date? Let's leave it as June and see what we get. That might be what it was, changing the seasons, because in the guide there are certain things that run certain seasons. This is it. This is what we wanted. I can tell by where we are. Okay, let's do the setup again. So we'll do this first, and then we'll have a look outside. That's the key. Headlight. Instrument light dimmer. Did I not turn off the dynamic weather? I don't think it should be raining. Instrument lights, tail lights are off, route indicators. Right, I think we're all good. So it says wait for 1 minute. Let's have a look outside. We got the 20s on the back. We got the DRS 20s, by the way, on the back. Little coach on there as well. And of course we got the FNAs, which we got the other week in the DLC. So actually that's good timing, isn't it? Because they've only just come out. So I wonder if this was a late addition to the timetable. But you might not have seen this bit of the track before. Going out to the Cumbrian coast. So Carlisle is down here. I'll just show you on the map. Press the right button. The Carlisle's down here. This is Carlisle. This is the main line going up to Carlisle, where we just went. And yeah, we're up here. We're on the furthest edge of the map. Preston's down here, of course. Lancaster, Preston. Railwayman, how you doing? You can't get any nuke services with the 20 on Preston Carlisle. No, it's all with the 47 on Preston Carlisle. It's only West Coast Mainline South with the 20. Right, let's get the brakes off. We're off to Preston Goods Loop. We've got to wait for the brake pipe to get up to about 70, I think. and then we can get underway. Nice. Right, how's the brakes doing? Still waiting. That was, yeah, that was TSC, I think. The one that I did from the other week, from Morecambe to Preston, with this back was one of the scenarios. The one where the Gronk brought it in from Heysham into Morecambe, and then we went onto the front of it and took it to Preston. That was a 47. Dance Transport, thank you for that sub. How you doing? Yeah, light drizzle. There's a light drizzle. We should be alright to move off actually now, you know. So we'll give it a try. Here we go. Right, coming off the Cumbrian coast. So, if you've been with the channel a while, you'll have seen us going this way, the opposite direction, out of Coinforth, all the way up to Barrow. But in TSW, this is as far as you can get. And as I said, I think you can only get this far if you have got the invisible wall mod, which removes all the barriers. Otherwise, you get the you're out of the playable area sort of message. We'll just go slowly into Coinforth because we've got a red coming up. I still don't like that horn. You did the Clitheroe Gunnies last week. The game kept shutting down. Oh dear. Have you? No, I've not even put the safety systems. Well, I did that, didn't I? Hang on a sec. Let me put that on. That's probably what it is. AWS is on. Right, I think that's it. Just complaining about that. Have you ever been able to run it, Mike, or not? We've run those on the channel as well, those ones. Good services. I wonder if something's coming an update that is stopping you doing it. You smash your Xbox with a lump hammer for nothing. Yeah, all the ones on the Preston Carlisle they're all with the 47. Yeah. Full thrash. We will when we get on the main line, yeah. We'll do it on the main line. How's the sound? I can see it peaking, so hopefully all good. Right, we go off to the right, and then you'll be familiar with Coinforth Station then. seem to crash when stationary. Yeah, I don't know what that is then. Especially on PC. Kind of hoping this rain stops. Right, we have a red outside the station, so we'll go and have a look. There's probably something in the platform ahead of us, so we'll go and have a look what that is. Get on the 8 key and we'll go and have a look. So here's Cornforth. There you go. So we got a 153 on the back. Northern. We've got these newer Northern liveried units here as well. And he's on his way to... Where's he going? He's off to Morecambe. Bit of clag there, look. We should get to go through the platform now he's disappearing. Indeed, we got the yellow, so let's do it. He's eyeing the screen, wondering what the growling is. Yeah, definitely. Getting confused if it's an animal or not. It's a kind of animal, isn't it? There you go. These two whistling at the back. No tail lamp. Yeah, I'll take a look at them and Diona straight after. I will ping you a comment on there once I've taken a look. I'll have a look right after we finish. That's good. We got the yellow. JCJ, how you doing? Good evening to you. You thought it was heat and ventilation. Cleaned it out and moved it. Still crashed. Yeah, it's odd. It's odd that. No tail lamp on the Preston Docker 20s either. Ah, okay. You're gonna have to find me for no real lights. Yeah, it's not good, that, is it? Right, we're coming onto the main line. There's my mum's bus over there. Again, Fullwood via Plungington Road. I don't know what that's doing at Cornforth. It's out of its way a little bit. Steamtown, of course, over there. It looks good, that, doesn't it? Oh, you've put them on Discord? Yeah, we'll have a look. We'll have a look. They're only 18 inches high. Your job to not trip over them. Especially if you're 6 foot tall. Oh dear. Yeah, see, there's the grey coaches again. Because the livery's not available. I thought they might have defaulted to something else, but no, they didn't. Right, who wants a bit of thrash? Anybody? There we go. Send it. Do you know if TSW will offer a train with overnight passengers, rooms, restaurants? You mean like the sleeper? You can in this mod there is sleeper services, if that's what you mean, Black Arrow, and they're all sort of like between 1 and 4 in the morning in the timetable. So that might be similar to what you're thinking. Pretty nice, that. Pretty nice. Actually, it's a nice time of day to do this, isn't it? This evening run with the sun over Morecambe Bay. Quite nice, that. We don't want to speed with this nuclear stuff, do we? Can we drive the sleeper next? I'll show you. We won't drive it because it's obviously all at night and it's quite you don't get to see much, but I'll spawn it in and I'll show you it. We could do it as a separate one. I wasn't going to do it tonight, but we could do it as a separate one. There's Morecambe Bay. That's nice, that. Yeah, so that's what I'll show next, Black Arrow, as Dan was saying. I'll show you the sleeper next. The delivery for the coaches is in there as well as part of the mod. .23 to go down to Preston. Can't get the GSMO to come on this. I don't remember. Did it ever work on the Rail Operations Group 37? I don't know if it was just not working on this route or whether it was, you know, just not working generally. But I don't think it was working ever. Of course, you can run the 350s as well if you want, between Preston and Carlisle. Right, we're going to go thundering through Lancaster any minute now. GSMO never worked, not in this one. Yeah, I've got you. That's a shame. Wonder why it's not backdated to this. Now that we've got... Well, I was going to say now we've got a working GSMO. We've got one that lights up. It doesn't really work. Can't press anything. Can't put your head code in and all that kind of good stuff. But it'd be nice to see it just semi-operational. Is that when it was TSW? Is that the first time we had a lit GSMO, TSW5? Did we not have it before that? is considered legacy. It's quite convenient, that, isn't it? Yeah, I think it was before TSW 5. It's not that new. Yeah. Yeah, 4 had it, says CJ. Yeah. This is a nice 37 though, this rail operations group one. I like the Euro Phoenix livery that it comes with. Yeah, very good. Right, 18 to go. It takes a lot to update older content. Always benefits, makes it more interesting to use it more. Yeah, it does because you play the. That's like the announcements now, isn't it? On some of the routes, I quite like the announcements, but then when you go back, like I was saying, Bakerloo, for example, would be great with announcements. It doesn't seem the same. Bakerloo seems very, very quiet now. Just as one example. You end up favouring one route over another, don't you? Yeah, people call you a geek for playing TSW. You never use the GSMR and you haven't got a clue what you're on about. That's pretty good. Yeah, just having the head code in the GSMR will be a bonus, and that's what I think. I mean, so you know, for now, like some of the newer ones, just to display what it is we're doing, just to have it lit, rather than you know, not necessarily typing it in. You like the TSW GWR announcements over the real life ones? That's interesting. Your wife calls you sad. Oh, I think mine's glad to get me out of the way. Yes, we'll have a look at the sleeper next. And then how long we've been going? Nearly 2 hours. Then we'll drive something quick, I think. And that'll do us. Not as fast as the Pendo. Your missus calls it a game. Do you know, it doesn't bother me that when people say that. I think you've probably heard me say it. It doesn't bother me. Let's try the wipers a little bit. Oh, use the window blades, not the wipers. Don't really need them, but we'll take the points. You're not a fan of them then, Railway Man. Excellent. It's made a big difference to me though, that. I think when I first heard them on the Riviera, I was like, wow, great. I think the ones on the Birmingham crew seem to be a bit... Maybe it's because when you're running a 350, some of the stops out of Birmingham are quite close together. You hardly get the full suite of announcements finished before you're at the station and the next lot are started. I don't know if it's because of that, because we have the woman telling us where we're off to, and then we have the British Transport Police guy speak to staff and all that. And by the time you know it, you're at the station, and then it starts again. So, but on the Riviera line, I find them really good. You had a choice of watching EastEnders, coming on here, or going on TSW. And being as you're on TSW Preston docking this morning at 4 AM, wow. You came on here, good choice, good choice. Coffee and Red Bull, yeah. I'm going to turn it off, it's pathetic that. Oh, I need to park that, actually. There we go. It's not raining really enough to warrant the wipers. Yeah, it does make a big difference. One thing I did notice, I'm trying to remember which route it was on. The outdoor station, it wasn't really a station ambience, it was just the outside ambience. I was doing I think it was a Class 33, one of the Class 33 rail tour services on South Eastern High Speed. I was doing it yesterday. There's one that's very late at night, it's like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. And as I was setting off out of a station, I could hear, in the ambient noise, I could hear kids playing out, which seemed weird at that time in the morning. So it obviously doesn't adjust itself to time of day, which would be quite nice. But you know, if you can get past that, all the sounds, the new sound's pretty good. I'd forgotten actually the Class 33 was on South Eastern High Speed. Yeah, thanks for coming in, Rob. All the best. Yeah, the driver should. Which is, I think, why you can turn them off in the. I was going to say game then, in the simulation. But I don't have them. I've mentioned it before, but I don't have them full blast. But I have them so I can hear them. Obviously, if you're in a unit, you wouldn't hear them if you're in the if you're in this, for example. You shouldn't be able to hear the onboard announcements from a separate local. Can't beat a 33. Yeah, I quite like the 33. And I was just thinking yesterday, it's about time we had the BR blue one. And it's not in Creators Club, is it? So it's not like anyone can repaint it. But we're stuck with the green one, which is fine, but I like the blue one. I've never been to Kent to the feral kids. I knew one of you was going to say that. These sounded like really, really small kids, these ones. I thought they must be in bed by this time. He turned them off. Oh, God. He's such a grump. There might be a mod for BR Blue. Yeah, there could be. There could be. Rather than Creators Club, you mean? Yeah, it could be. I haven't seen anyone running one, though. I would like a BR Blue one. Right, 7 to go. You get on a train, you should know where you're going or where to get off. Yeah, you'd be surprised. I can remember when I was on the train scheme and I did the stint on the platforms. The amount of silly questions you got. Does this Blackpool train go to Blackpool? Right, what? I mean the other Blackpool. I mean, do you mean Blackpool South or Blackpool North? And there's just, yeah. Some people have this thing about getting on a train. I noticed from that time period, they're scared about getting on the wrong train in case it carries them somewhere where they can't get back, or they think they can't get back. There was a lot of that I noticed. I think I told you the story before, which was quite amusing, where I was helping an old dear with her bags getting onto a Glasgow service, and she was dithering that much that the train set off, didn't it? And I was still on it. So I got overcarried to Lancaster, which was fine. And I shouted to the guy I was working with on the platform, what am I meant to do? Because at that time you could like slide the windows down. He said, just have a ride to Lancaster and come back. So I did. And it was all part of my shift and it was quite nice. You tried working with the public and you can't do it. You won't be getting a retirement job at McDonald's then. He fell asleep on the train and woke up in London. Oh, that's a bad one. That's Barton Station there, by the way. Which I was looking into the other day because I looked over the wall when I was there a couple of weeks back, and I looked over the wall just to see what was still there, and it's all gone. The whole thing's gone. There is a house there now, but what you could see of the station building's completely gone. It's a bit of a shame. Barton and Broughton Station it was. Right, I'm going to have to run the wipers over there because it looks like there's a train in front of me and it's not... bits of drizzle. There's plenty of the plain Pendos going past us tonight, but I haven't seen any of the Virgin liveried ones. Not as AI, I haven't. Maybe those ones are only drivable, not sure. You went to Crewe for a meeting and went straight past it. Oh god. That's brilliant, that. That one that I get down to Euston quite regularly, it stops at Wigan and it stops at Warrington and then it's straight through to Euston after that. The amount of times the guard comes on the speakers and said, right, this is your last chance to get off if you don't want to go to London, you know, as we're coming into Warrington. It's hilarious, and I bet people do quite often, because from Warrington it ain't stopping until it gets to Euston, and it's quite a distance, isn't it? You should get people pointing at something and heading north if you go south. Excellent, excellent. Hey Joe, how you doing? Seriously? You wanted a cab? Oh god. That's brilliant. Let's see if my mum's on the bridge. Doesn't look like it. Right, 1.5 to go, so we know the drill. We'll just coast it for a little bit. Yeah, all good, mate, thanks, yeah. We are just running a bit of nuclear on the new timetable. That drizzle's been pointless. It doesn't look right, does it? That's the local break. I don't know how we ended up with that one. It's been like a nice sunny evening with the rain. That's the thing about the dynamic weather that I don't quite like. It can be a little bit unrealistic at times. Bit fast over the points. It's the theme of the night, I think. Into Preston we go. It's not much downloading, Joe, actually. No, there isn't. There isn't. I don't know if you've got the link, but the link's in the description if you want to take a look. There's actually not a great deal to do. All the liveries are included in the actual pack itself, so... Some numpty on his mobile. That's brilliant. There you go. You see, you don't have to come in on platform 7. Not these days. You don't. Bit of freight does sort of sneak through. That was a nice service, that. I'm not going to lie. Quite enjoyed that. Throw us out of the seat like normal. I'll be able to get a job with Lou Morrell in New York for the speeding of the points. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've had a bit of form for that tonight, haven't I? Let's go to have a look at the sleeper. You wanted to look at the sleeper, so we'll take a quick look. Right, so let me just come out of that and load it again. So we got the 86/1. We got the 87 in a sleeper, and we got the 86/4. So shall we just we'll just load one of these up. Preston to Carlisle. So we'll have a quick look. As I said, I won't run it, but I'll just show you it. Once it loads. Don't even know if you'll see much of it at this time of night. But there you go. There it is. Quite a nice livery, that, isn't it? So William A. Stanier, FRS. And of course we got the sleeper coaches on the back as well, which we've run, haven't we, in Tiers Classic? We've run with these on in Tiers Classic. There you are, looking nice. Preston Station. So I think they're all seating, aren't they? I don't think we've got any kind of actual sleeper coaches as such. There's probably a DLC there begging to be made. I'm just checking now. I don't know if they've done anything with delivery, like to, you know, block the windows out or anything. I don't think so. I think it's all seating. So there's a little bit of, you know, make-believe to be had there with that. It's a long old train though, isn't it? But the sleeper's in there, essentially. You downloaded this 86 the other day, but couldn't find it where to try it out. Oh, you mean did you get one from the Creators Club? was going to say, what's that beeping? There's a pen door there. That's what that is. Yeah, that's the sleeper. So you can run up to... there's like a 350 as well. Oh, there it is. Transpennine. You can run this up to Carlisle in this one, all the way. Which is quite good, so we'll definitely do that at some point. Yeah, no individual rooms. There should be on the sleeper, of course, but not in the way it's been created on this. So... The old link to the East Lancs side of the station is platform 7. Yeah, it is. It's. I think we pointed this out once before. So if you come over here, obviously can't see it in the blooming dark, but a bit further up here, I think, isn't it? Hang on, let me get me bearings. You can't see it in this light. No, it's here. In daytime, you can see it there. So the old used to go off to the East Lancs, up that part there where the dot is. But that's not there anymore. Yep, you're quite right. Right, so we'll come out of that. It's cheaper to do first class with a meal daytime and have hotels even. Yeah, I think when we ran it on TS Classic, I did say there's probably a certain novelty by having a sleep on a train, but if you're going for the journey, you wanna sort of see what's going on the journey, don't you? Really, part of travelling by train, isn't it? The scenery. Whereas if you just purely want to get it from A to B, I can see the point of it. Right, let's just pop back in. So we'll finish with a bit of. Do we do bog cart just for Pete? What do you reckon? We got the Northern Trains 153. What do you think? We'll just do something short just to finish. These are all the options, but most of them are quite long. Anyone got any choices? Yes, the tunnel. Fishergate Centre was Butler Street goods yard. It was massive, that goods yard, wasn't it? Fishergate Centre. We've only got 2 services for the 153. Leeds to Morecambe. We can go Lancaster to Morecambe. What do you reckon? Or Lancaster to Carnforth. Do we do one of these to finish? We'll go Leeds to Morecambe. Why not? Set that weather off. 1938 it is. No podcasts. It's only a small one. It's only a small service. It won't take us long. But it'll just show us something else that isn't normally on this route. Talking about Thameslink, Joe, I saw that video you did with the Brighton main line. I'll have to look into that. I fancy that. Right, gone to unlock the doors, but of course I need to put the key in. Into forwards. We want the lights. Instrument lights are on. Get the tail lights off. Looks like we're in the short end as well. There's not much room here. There you go. There's a GSMI working in this one. Obviously, this is a newer one. Open the windows just because it's a short run and it's quite nice out there. Got to get nearer to that one. There we go. Safety systems, vigilance, and then the rest is on the back wall, I think. Is that it? I think that's it. Strange consist. We saw this at Carnforth, didn't we? Alright, off we go. Berlin is first, of course. It really sat right on top of the desk here. With this. Oh, is it spelt wrong? Yeah, yeah. I've seen that before. I did actually point that out when I first saw it. But it's not been corrected yet. It is spelt wrong. There we go. Let's give it a bit of beans. We can't give it the full beans quite yet, but we will do. That one's spelt right. There's also a 700 sound mod, which is worth adding as well. I'll have a look for that. Zero 0230 from St Pancras. God, that is late. It's either late or early, whichever way you think of it. Yeah, I feel like I want to sit back with this. Also, that reminds me, in the survey, once again in the survey, if you've not done it yet, there was a list of options in there of what you would like to see in future, and actually one of them was a field of view slider. That was one suggestion that was in there, and I did actually put that in. In TS Classic, I don't mess with the field of view very much, but I do, depending what it is I'm driving. But like in this, if TSW now, I would sit back slightly with this. So there is an option to vote for that in the survey, if you fancy it. Because I know a few of you have said it before. Why can't we change it? Some interesting stuff in that survey. There's one question in there. Well, there's a couple of questions asking about playing Thomas and Friends, and there's a question that says, would you play a completely different game which is just Thomas? I thought that was interesting. That was one of the questions in there. There we go, we've got the green to go onto the Morecambe branch. At least we got people on this service. Unlike the Pendo. They're all from the 80s. It's the 80s passengers. Although I think people in Morecambe still wear shell suits. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone who's from Morecambe. Superstore. Brilliant. That's terrible spelling though, that, isn't it? There's no excuse for that. Alrighty then, we need to be down to 15 before the platform. But let me get at least one speed reduction right tonight. I do like the sounds on this unit, the brakes coming on and off. Quite like that. Sweatpants. Oh. Yeah, this is the short end, and isn't it? But you could, like, I don't know. I'd move it back, me. Like, right, this is Berlin. I think I prefer this 153 over the 150 in TSW, I mean. Don't know. Bit of creaking. $15 seconds, then we're off to Morecambe. Sounds pretty good, that. Don't get me wrong, it's not like the 37 Thrash, but Morecambe was one of the roughest places you ever kicked. Not when you're at the holiday camp, you're on about later in life. I thought you meant then when you were when you went in the competition at the SS. What's his face? Nice track sound as well. Right, 45's about our limit now as we're coming in, so it's a nice mod though, it's a nice mod, there's loads to do. When did Frontierland close? I don't think it was still open, was it, in 2019? Not sure. Have a quick pint in the pub at the end of the line, yeah, absolutely. That was the best gig ever. The Berengaria. I never remember its name. We were only talking about it the other week, the SS Berengaria. I know it's SS something, and I knew it was part of a ship, an actual ship, but I can never remember what it's called. The big wheel is turning. We got a pacer. First pacer we've seen tonight, I think. And I think they're coming in northern liveries in this mod as well. We'll check it out as we go past. Like he's at the end of the platform waiting for us to come in. There he goes. He's off. Yeah, in northern livery. Everybody escaping. Pacer. Adam loves the Pacers. He's nice in that northern livery. That TFW pack actually from Just Trains has been quite good. I've enjoyed that. Dundee, Portsmouth and Plymouth, you refuse to do gigs there. Oh dear. Right, here we are. What a great sound that is. Not asking me to do the doors. It wants me to go forwards, doesn't it? Being picky. Come on. Nobody wants to get off. They've enjoyed it. They're staying on. So there we go. That is it for tonight. That was a look at the 2019 timetable mod for Preston to Carlisle. Loads of stuff on there. I'm sure we're going to be back on there. We'll do the sleeper. We'll do a couple of the other stuff. There's the whole 66 thing as well. There's 66s there and all sorts of different liveries from the Spratty Heath back as well. The services for those that we can do. So we'll definitely come back to this. I've also got the Birmingham Cross City 2019 timetable as well, which I haven't tried yet. So I've got that. So we'll do that at some point. We'll have a look what's new on there. In comparison to the standard timetable that we've got. But thanks everybody for coming in. It's been nice to see everybody. Thanks for all the chat as usual. Thank you to those new subscribers and for David renewing his membership as well whilst we're on the stream. Much appreciated. Take it easy, everybody. Yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.